book lovers of the internet, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber I get a new subscriber and I also read a page from a book of my choice. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing a book by Rainbow Rowell, who is the author, and the illustrator is Faith Erin Hicks. So this is a graphic novel called Pumpkinheads. If you want to look it up on Goodreads, it's apparently one word, though in my head it's two words, so I couldn't find it straight away until I put the ISBN in the search bar, so just a bit of a heads up. So I rated this one 4 out of 5 stars. It has about 210 pages, and a bit of a disclaimer, there will be some spoilers ahead. So yeah, be careful so that you don't get spoiled if you haven't read this one yet, but I would highly recommend it, by the way. So yeah, I found this to be a very cute read. It really helped me realize how much my own heart is kept behind bars when I didn't feel the joy or the disappointment I know that I should have. So perhaps I'm just dead inside, though yeah, I mean, if there is one thing I learned from this graphic novel, it's that I probably completely am, because even though I know that as a human being I should have felt so many emotions, I didn't really find myself feeling any. So yeah, the illustrations are all lovely and they are in full color, and the story itself is perfect for someone who desperately wishes for the summer to be over and for autumn and winter to commence. Personally, I really hate summer, especially in Malta. I think it's the worst season, and usually I just can't wait for it to be over, even though I have holidays. So, yeah, this one really um, had the vibes of autumn going, and that is something that I very much appreciated. So I must admit that the conclusion, although extremely sweet, was quite predictable. Now, you would go into this graphic novel thinking that it's all about friendship with a hint of romance, but towards the end, this changes completely, where friendship becomes romance, and that isn't something that I was particularly expecting, even though there were hints everywhere. And the conclusion was quite disappointing, in my opinion, because they spend the entire story trying to help one of the main characters, um, Josiah, find his crush in this pumpkin patch because she was all over the place, and then she ended up letting him know that she doesn't like the pumpkin patch at all, she hates it, and the pumpkin patch is basically Josiah's entire personality. So Josiah then finally ends up with Deja, which, although I knew would happen, wasn't something that I was hoping would happen, and that was quite disappointing. So yeah, it's basically about these two characters called Josiah and Deja, as I mentioned, who figured out that this Halloween would be their last shift working on the pumpkin patch together. So they decide to make it extra special by turning it into an adventure, during which Deja helps Josiah seek out his crush and get her number. So yeah, I absolutely love how Rowell and Hicks were able to do so much with such a small cast of characters. In fact, one thing that I really appreciated about this was how well the characters are developed and how well you seem to get to know them on a very deep level, I would say. And yeah, this tale revolves more around the setting, but the characters are tied in very closely with the setting, which is, of course, brilliant. And I don't recall ever seeing such closeness between the setting and the characters before, and this kind of scratched that itch in my brain that I had in that regard. So, this wasn't the sort of story that I would have usually read since I'm not much into romance, but I do love when there are themes having to do with autumn or winter or Christmas or Halloween in a text. You know, these seasonal events which everybody looks forward to. I do love reading about those, and even if romance is a part of it, then I would gladly bypass the romance just for the vibes of autumn and winter and these holidays. So I would recommend this one simply because it's a very quick read. It is illustrated beautifully, has great character development, has a pumpkin patch, which, I mean, could you really ask for more? There's a pumpkin patch. And yeah, it's overall very cutesy and demure. I only didn't rate it 5 stars because of the letdown towards the end, as I mentioned. Um, but I do feel as though Josiah and Deja would work out as a couple, And I'm not sure if there is any sequel to this, but I would love to see how the relationship progresses. And yeah, I mean, they're both fantastic characters. I would love to see a sequel and be one of the first people to read it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this review in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of the graphic novel if you have read it. And yeah, as usual, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, check out the rest of my content because why not? And I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye, guys.